time to celebrate. We got some great news. It looks like the show on HBO, Euphoria, might be canceled permanently. Now, that's just the rumor, but here's what we're going off of. Filming season 3 for Euphoria has been indefinitely delayed. Mm-hmm. And that could possibly mean the show is just done for good, because basically the stars of Euphoria don't need Euphoria anymore.
Yeah, as you say, it's probably they just can't afford Sweeney and Zendaya anymore.
I mean, they can't afford these stars. These stars are too busy and booked to be doing this show anymore. Sam Levinson is in the doghouse with HBO right now because he messed up so badly on The Idol. Everyone hated The Idol, and it was just rife with scandals and problems. So he's already in a bad position with HBO and has less power there than he had before The Idol. Mm-hmm. So it turns out that for the rest of the year, at the very least, all of the cast members have been given permission to pursue other roles. Here's another thing. All of the cast members are looking less and less like high schoolers by the day. So you're going to have to change the entire timeline of the show to make it make sense.
Well, that's what they said on Discussing Film. They said Euphoria Season 3 will be moving from high school to adulthood. It is planned to make the show's edgy theme of sex and drugs less risque.
Risky. Risky or risque?
They said risky.
I don't know what that even means. Is this just like Sam Levinson getting spanked by HBO because he went too far?
Adults doing drugs and having sex is more acceptable in movies and television than kids that are under 18.
So why exactly?
When they do it with kids that are under 18, it's kind of done with the understanding that back in the day when they would show drug use and sex in high school sex, it would be like a PSA, don't do this or else. You know, this is bad, don't do this. Whereas what they were showing was nothing like that, right? So when you do it with kids in college, you're not expected to hold to that same standard. I mean, you're not really expected to hold to that standard anymore anyways. But, like, you're allowed to you're probably going to get away with way more, and there's going to be way less critique of college kids behaving that way than high school kids. Well,
on top of that, they also had a death in the cast. Angus Cloud died of an overdose. So he had this beloved character that's now not going to be in it anymore. They also had another cast member just leave the show because she got into a fight with Sam Levinson, Barbie Ferreira. So Barbie Ferreira got in a fight with Sam Levinson, left the show permanently. So you don't have her anymore. Sydney Sweeney's career is booming, and she probably doesn't want to waste her time with this anymore. Zendaya as well. Like, Zendaya was already the most famous person on the show. Zendaya has better things to do as well. Jacob Elordi as well. I mean, Jacob Elordi is also doing well with his career, so he doesn't need Euphoria anymore either. Mm-hmm. The only one I can think of who actually still needs this show is Alex Demi, and if you ask why, it's because you haven't heard of Alex Demi.
Yeah.
So,
which explains why she needs it, or why they need it.
Exactly. But I offered my take on this. It's just my prediction that Euphoria is going to get canceled after this. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not even providing like a timeline for when they're going to resume filming, it seems like chances are it's just over for this show. So I said, I'm happy Euphoria got canceled. It's a shame that this obscenity got greenlit in the first place. Sam Levinson is about as psychologically depraved and porn-addled as Dan Schneider, except he's much worse at hiding it. If the show never comes back, good riddance. And that's just the facts. Somehow Dan Schneider got away with making sexual jokes in kids' shows for decades. Sam Levinson just decided to make porn into a TV show, and everyone accepted it as art. But then he got found out because The Idol sucked, and at least people liked Euphoria. Once he ruined The Idol and, besmirched his own name with that awful show, nobody has the patience for him anymore. They're done with his perversion. It's over for him.
No, I disagree with that. I don't think they give a crap about his perversion. I think they give a crap about whether it gets good reviews and have people watch or not. You think that the people
I think he got some real pushback
for the people at HBO. If he made the Idol, and it was received the same way that Euphoria was by critics, I don't think we would be having this conversation. I don't think it has anything to do with perversion, because that would be under the assumption that people in Hollywood have a moral issue with perversion, and they do not.
That's a good point. I mean, in the content, no, they have no problem with perversion. But I think he did get some considerable pushback for over-sexualizing Lily Rose Depp. To the point where it was gratuitous, and they called it misogynistic. So it's only bad if it's misogynistic.
I was told that as long as
especially the egg scene.
I was told that as long as the woman approves of doing this. It's so funny. This is an argument that's going on in wrestling circles right now. They keep having these arguments like how women in wrestling used to have to do these bra and panty matches and these bikini contests, and somehow that was demeaning. But when they dress in a demeaning way now, it's not, because they choose to do it, while conveniently leaving out the fact that they were not forced to do it in the past. There was just less options for them then, right? So, like, if Lily Rose Depp has no problem with doing the creepy, weird egg scene, then if that's misogynistic and she doesn't think so, then how am I supposed to care? I don't give a crap. Like, if Lily Rose Depp wants to debase herself and do that scene, that's her business. But she doesn't get to come back 10 years from now and say it's misogynistic if you were championing the idea when it happened.
I totally agree, and I don't think that Lily Rose Depp is some kind of victim. But I'm just saying the way that Hollywood is going to talk about these issues, they will use misogyny as the battering ram, I guess, or, you know, they will use the term misogyny to criticize Sam Levinson for being a sexual pervert. Instead of just saying he's a sexual pervert, they have to make it something woke, basically. They need a woke excuse to criticize this guy. And they found it in The Idol. Although Lily Rose Depp didn't say anything critical of him. But yeah, they're going to have to resume this in like 2040. And they're all going to be like dressing up like club teens, trying to blend in with the extras. It's not going to be a pretty picture. Yeah. And how far the mighty have fallen, really. Another one looked at like all of these cast members, especially like, you know, also Hunter Schafer. Yeah. Hunter Schafer had a great career takeoff after Euphoria. Being realistic, the Euphoria cast no longer needs Euphoria, especially after Barbie Ferreira's departure, Angus Cloud's passing, not to add to the fact that we shouldn't let Sam Levinson make projects, honestly, especially after The Idol.
There's an argument to be made here. Like, look, as bad as morally reprehensible as you find the show, it's helped launch the careers of a lot of actors. Like, beyond, I guess Jacob Elordi did those. Was he the one who did
the Kissing Booth? Okay,
but the point is, into adulthood, it's launched a lot of successful careers. So it's indicative of where the culture is. That people are like, oh, I'll watch this show, and then I'll go follow them to whatever projects they're doing now. Zendaya was already kind of famous beforehand, but Sydney Sweeney, Jacob Elordi, Hunter Schafer, I almost said Hunter Avalon, Hunter Schafer, and others, right? That's, I think they'll look to make more shows like this, not less. I don't think that they have any problem with every year coming up with some subversive new idea for something that's going to be morally reprehensible.
I mean, I just love how they think that sex, drugs, and degeneracy is subversive in 2024.
What they call subversive.
Like, they really think that that's subverting our expectations. Yeah. We're gonna do something that you've never seen before. Teens having sex and doing drugs.
Well, I guess the subversive element to them would be the fact that it's not done as a PSA.
And they're gay. Yeah. And they're non-binary. And they have an OnlyFans. Like, the whole thing is just such a joke to me. It's really not meant, clearly, it's not meant to appeal to Gen Z. Because this has nothing in common with what Gen Z experiences.
What would a Gen Z TV show look like?
You really can't make a TV show out of a life that's so boring and dreadful, can you? Can you make a TV show about someone whose entire existence
13 Reasons Why
belongs on Tumblr and on Stan Twitter and arguing with people in comment sections? Yeah. Can you and making TikToks? You can't really make a TV show about that. Yeah. So they have to make up a fake version of Gen Z that has actual social interaction, takes risks, has defining, individuating personality traits.
I saw your
instead of being in a hive mind.
I saw your tweet the other day about how these shows were causing. What did you say?
Okay. I said this in a way that was kind of okay. You realized it was like partly tongue in cheek, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
but that's because I know you.
Okay, I tweeted, there are TV shows causing people to have premarital sex, and we need to ban those TV shows.
Look, when I read this, I was like, this is exactly something me and her would argue about on the show. But we'd be arguing about the word cause. And
we need to ban these TV shows. It was partially a joke.
Yeah.
Partially serious, though. It just came to mind because I was looking at this debate that Jordan Peterson was having with Destiny.
Yeah.
What a waste of my time, by the way. It was the most uninteresting thing I've ever watched. But Destiny was just imitating a conservative for a second, and he said, well, what if a conservative said that there are TV shows causing people to have premarital sex, so we need to ban those TV shows? I mean, that would be crazy. And I was like, oh, that's actually my take.
I know.
That's actually unironically one of the pillars of my worldview. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.